Today, we're going to be stripping and massaging. Kale, that is, okay? Kale. In today's video, I'm going to be preparing a refreshing kale summer salad with a unique banana and apple cider vinegar dressing. The recipe comes from the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook by Crile Esselstyn and Jane Esselstyn. And I will post the recipe and the details below in the link to the cookbook as well. Hi, I'm Annette, a volunteer with Bounty and Soul, and I love food and cooking. I'm a plant-based home chef and a recent graduate from the Forks Over Knives Ultimate Cooking course. I've been a vegan for almost 10 years, and in today's video, I'm going to show you a great way to use kale and a simple technique that makes it more tender and easier to digest. So let's talk about kale. Kale is known to be one of the most nutrient-dense foods in existence. It's very high in nutrients and very low in calories, and it provides a significant amount of bulk, which helps you feel full longer. In fact, what I'm getting at here is that kale can be considered a great weight loss, nutrient-dense food. In fact, eating kale is a great way to increase your total nutrient content of your diet. Kale is loaded with powerful antioxidants and is known for its heart protective, blood pressure lowering, anti-inflammatory, antidepressant, and anti-cancer effects. It's a powerhouse of goodness. So any opportunity that you have to eat kale, go for it. To make the recipe, you're going to need obviously some kale. You're going to need a banana, some apples. I have some celery here that I chopped up. It's about a stalk of celery. And some carrots, some shredded carrots. And last but not least, some grapes. First thing you're going to need to do is we're going to need to strip the kale leaves off of the stalk. Yes, we're going to strip right now. And stripping is easy to do. You just hold the kale by the stalk and you run your hands down and you pull off the leaves. And what's left is the stalk. Now, don't throw the stalk away, because if you're smart, you can make your own vegetable broth at home. And you can save all your scraps that you during the week when you're cooking your vegetables, and like onion peels and other things that you core of like cauliflower or cabbage or something like that, and you can put it all into a Ziploc bag or another container and put it in your freezer, and then save these. And when you get the Ziploc bag, a gallon bag full, you can put it into a pot with some water and make your own vegetable stock. You'll be saving like $2 to $4 instead of buying a vegetable stock at the grocery store. Make your own at home. So don't throw the kale stems away. So then you're going to take the kale and you're going to tear it up into bite-sized pieces. And I'm just going to put these into the bowl. You're going to need about 2 cups or so of the kale. And you just tear them up like that. And I'll do another one just for fun. Pull off that. See how easy it comes off? We just put this into the bowl, and I think we're ready now. So we've got our kale all torn off into bite-sized pieces. Now we're going to make the dressing. The next step is going to be, once we make the dressing, we're going to do the massaging. So let me get my NutriBullet over here. I'm going to take a banana, a well-ripened banana. See all the brown on here? Don't be a hater. Brown bananas are good. They're nice and sweet, and they're more easily digestible by being that way. So I'm going to take the banana and I'm going to put it into my NutriBullet. Maybe I should use the small NutriBullet container. And I'm going to put my apple cider vinegar, which is this is about 4 tablespoons or so in there, and I'm going to blend it up. This is going to be our dressing, and it's also going to be what we're going to massage the kale with. So here we go. Okay, there we have it. I'm going to take the bowl of kale again, and I am going to pour the dressing on top of the kale. Ah! Make sure all of that's out of there. Okay. Now I have clean hands, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to start massaging the kale. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. You just massage it like this. Make sure you get your hands in there and everything gets well incorporated and mixed around. But you keep massaging it for 3 to 5 minutes. And what this is going to do is the acid in the apple cider vinegar is going to break down the enzymes, or the cell walls, I should say, of the kale, and release those live enzymes inside the kale. It's also going to make it it's going to soften it, and it's going to make it more digestible. And you just keep doing this for 3 to 5 minutes or so until it begins to wilt. Now you don't want to do it too much, or else it'll just be mush. But you just want to get it to the point where it starts to wilt, and it is not rubbery in your mouth. Just still crunchy, not rubbery. Okay, I think that's good. You can see how it's it's broken down a little bit, and it's become much smaller. It was much taller, and now the salad, the kale has been broken down a little bit. And that's our massaging. Okay, so the kale has been massaged perfectly. Let's add the apples, the celery, the grapes, and carrots. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to add the celery to it. Like I said, that is about a one stalk of celery. Got about 3/4 cup or so of carrots there. And I'll go ahead right now and add the grapes, and that's about a 1 cup of grapes right there. I've got to go ahead, I wanted to wait until the very end to dice my apples, so I'm going to go ahead right now and core this apple and dice it. And you need some strength to get this down. Oh my goodness. Finally. There we go. Finally. Okay. And I'll be chopping up that apple too. Let's see if I can get through this one easier. I need some leverage here. So after beating on the apple, I was able to get it down. And there, finally, I got the core out. So I'm going to chop these apples. This is a great thing. But like I said, I need leverage. Okay, I'm going to just chop these apples up, and then we'll put them into the salad. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add that to the bowl. And I'm going to toss it all together. Have my little salad tongs here, and we'll toss this all together. And then I'm going to put it into the refrigerator for about a half an hour and let it cool, and let all that dressing and everything integrate and marry with all the rest of the ingredients. There's our salad. It's chilled in the refrigerator for about a half an hour. I'm just going to take some cinnamon and sprinkle some cinnamon on top and mix it back up a little bit. And at the very last thing, I'm going to add an extra ingredient that really wasn't in the recipe that was in the book, but I'm going to add it, and that is going to be some chopped walnuts. I just took a few walnuts and rough chopped them, and I'm going to add those walnuts to it. And now I'm going to taste it. Everything looks good. Everything looks really good. You get a grape in there and a piece of apple in there. The banana and the vinegar, you can't hardly taste the vinegar at all, but the cinnamon made a really nice addition with the apple, and the kale is perfect. Get one of those walnuts in there. It's really a good salad. So I hope that you will start to incorporate more kale into your diet each day. Kale truly is a dense powerhouse of nutrients. And Ann Esselstyn, the author of the Cookbook, says, I want kale to become the nest on which everything else you eat goes. So don't be afraid to try and get creative. I'm going to be sharing more recipes on how you can incorporate more kale into your diet. And take advantage of kale. It's one of the most nutritious foods on the planet. Your body will thank you. Thanks for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe and that you will give kale a try. Join me each week at Bounty and Soul. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me. This is Annette signing off for now, but remember to invest in your health by eating whole, unprocessed foods.